Hello, I'm Ina and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now, overnight, Russian forces launched a strike targeting Kharkiv, wounding 5, according to the city's mayor. Additionally, the number of casualties from the strike on a recreation center near Kharkiv earlier this week has risen to 6 dead and 27 wounded, as per reports from the Prosecutor General's office. Meanwhile, southern Russia and Crimea saw a massive drone attack overnight, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. In Sevastopol, Tuapse, Novorossiysk, Saki, Yevpatoria and Perevalny, drones operated by Ukraine's intelligence struck a range of strategically important targets. Drone strikes also hit the seaport of Novorossiysk and the Tuapse oil refinery, as well as storage depots for equipment, weapons, fuel and lubricants located across Crimea. At the front line, Russian forces have expanded the active combat zone by almost 70 square kilometers and continue defensive operations in the Kharkiv sector. Moscow's troops have attempted advances near Vovchansk, Staritsya and Lipsy, according to reports from the Ukrainian General Staff. A Russian military blogger claimed on the 19th of May that Russian forces pushed up to 800 meters deep into an unspecified area in the direction of Lipsy. And moving on now to the Middle East. Israeli air attacks have hit several areas across the Gaza Strip Sunday night, including multiple sites in Khan Yunis in the south of the Strip. Israeli strikes also hit the Nusayrat refugee camp and the town of Az-Zawaidah in the central part of the Strip, as well as the Jabalia refugee camp in the north, Wafa reports. Meanwhile, the Al-Quds brigades, the armed wing of the Gaza-based Islamic Jihad group, has said its fighters clashed with Israeli troops in Jabalia. Israeli aircraft struck sites belonging to the Hezbollah group in southern Lebanon, according to a statement by the IDF. Now, in this upcoming video, we'll see Ukrainian jets give a little housewarming gift to Russian occupiers holed up in a Vovchansk hospital. Yeah, that's right. The place was crawling with Russian units and repurposed into a command center. What happens then? Well, it's turned into a legitimate target. The building has been since reduced to a pile of rubble, with dozens of Russian soldiers buried underneath. Ukrainians delivered the strike with pinpoint accuracy, turning the enemy's safe haven into a tomb. And the footage, pure gold. You can see the whole thing unfold. Russian troops scrambling, then bam, nothing but dust and debris. Now, moving on, the 79th Air Assault Brigade's drone unit is at it again, delivering pinpoint strikes on enemy infantry near Novomikhailivka. These guys know exactly what the invaders need. A little surprise dropped right into their laps. You could say the Russians' wishes are actually being granted, one explosive delivery at a time. It's like an express mail service, but packing a much bigger bang. The drone units got the skills and the tech to make sure every strike hits just right. So while the Russians might be hanging on to their dreams of conquering territory, the reality is a bit more explosive. Keep an eye out, because the 79th isn't messing around. They're making sure every move counts and every enemy wish is, well, granted in a way. There you go, genie in a bottle, except the bottle is actually a warhead. Now, in the Kharkiv area, mornings now typically see an uptick in Russian attacks. But don't you worry, fighters from the 2nd Separate Detachment of the Special Operations Center, Omega, are right there where the action is the hottest. These operators are delivering some serious firepower against the enemy's assault groups. They are in the thick of it, making sure the invaders get a fiery welcome. So while the enemy thinks they're making moves, Omega's making sure these moves end with a bang.
Да, вон они. Так, говори, что они будут стрелять или не будут? Ты заходишь с этой стороны. Правильно я понимаю? Влад, мне надо знать, стрелять будут они или не будут. Давай сейчас мою атаку подождем. Давай. А там горбыльки должны быть. Да, подожди. Так, Влад, смотри, мне нужно знать, стреляют они или не стреляют. Пока не вижу, что стреляют, пока не стреляют. О, что-то различили, там три. Да, я вижу, что там пока не стреляют. Стреляет один, пытается. А тут они дальше по дороге. Там сейчас корректируют, подожди. 4 там. Да, я бачу біля дороги, я залітаю на них. Хорошо. Дати. Там я вижу. Вижу, давай. Этого, что бежит. Давай. Не торопись.
The Russian Volunteer Corps just posted some wild footage from a fierce engagement with the loyalist Russian rank-and-file in Vovchansk in the Kharkiv region. They posted the video on their Telegram channel, and it's a real eye-opener. These Russian volunteers fighting for Ukraine are merciless, driving the invaders straight into their traps and fortified positions. It's getting even more brutal out there with top-notch gear, serious training and sky-high motivation. These Russian Volunteer Corps fighters are turning the tide.
Все! Уйди! Я ёбнулся! Уйди! Отойдите, все, пускай сам ебашит! Выстрел! Я вижу! Там вон дергается, вижу! Возле бел... Красава! Славян, Ядрович, прием! Тут целая куча жмуров!
Обойдите информацию.
Все, лупи.
And with this intense and visceral wartime footage, we end this edition of Military Mind. Stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.